Hello everyone, welcome back. This is a live recording of a 50-minute full body flow. So I don't use any props today, just a little bit of space to move is perfect, and let's get started. Welcome everybody. I'm not going to use any props today myself, but feel free to have what you like close by. We'll start just sitting down. So you can place your hands on your knees or in your lap and then let your eyes close when you're ready to do so. And let's take a slow, deep breath in and let it go. Take another deep breath in and maybe lengthen through your spine and let it go. So that one more time, a slow, deep inhale. And just let it all go. That's me, guys. You can start to let your chin tip down towards your collarbone if you'd like. Just bringing some length into the back of the neck. Pause here for a moment. Soften through your forehead, your jaw. Your shoulders fall from your ears. And then maybe just a little more length through the spine if you feel like you've got a little bit of space to get a little taller. Take just one more breath here with your chin tipping down. And then you can use an inhale to lift your head back up slowly. You can keep going if you want to lift your chin a little higher and a little higher. Maybe your hands will come behind your head for support. Maybe the back of the head gets a little closer towards the top of the shoulders. Just a little bit of length through the front of the neck. You might even open your mouth slightly just to keep the jaw soft. And just stay lifted for an inhale. And then let the exhale bring your chin back down your head. Just to a neutral place. And if you have your hands on your head, just bring them back to your knees or to your lap. And then your head could start to tip over towards your left shoulder. Bring some length into the side of the neck. You might take your hands off your knees or your lap and move them to the floor beside you, just to drop the shoulders a touch more. Let your head stay tipping over to the side, but maybe you'll drop your chin down towards your collarbone a little bit. Nice and slow and gentle movement through the neck. And if you brought your chin down, just slowly bring it back up. Pause again with your head tipping to the side, and then let an inhale help you lift your head back up. Move nice and slow here. Finding center for a breath, and then you can start to tip your head to the other side. Find the length through the side of the neck and then stay there, or start to let the chin tip down towards the collarbone. Maybe the shoulder is a better suggestion. But bringing the chin back up if you let it tip down. Take just one more breath with your head leaning to the side, and then use an inhale to find your way back. Your hands are on the floor beside you. They could come back to the knees or your lap. Take another deep breath in. Lengthen your spine again. And let it go. Awesome, guys. We're going to make our way into tabletop onto our hands and knees. So if you want to open your eyes, you can. You can keep them closed. But spread your fingers out wide once you're there. Maybe give your hips a couple sways side to side. Push your palms into the ground, into your mats. Then if you're swaying your hips, slow that movement down, and then take an inhale and drop your belly. Lift your chest, maybe your chin. With the exhale, you can round through your spine, give your belly a squeeze, tuck your chin to your collarbone. Inhale, drop it down, arch your back. And exhale, round it out, push into your hands. One more breath here. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. And exhale, round your spine. Give your belly button a squeeze in. And then use an inhale, come back to a nice neutral place. Long, long spine. We're going to extend our right leg back behind us. You can tuck your toes, push the ball of your foot into your mat. You can keep your legs straight behind you, or you could walk it to the left side, so behind you to the left. Still push the ball of your foot into the floor a little bit. Push into your palms too. And if you're going for the side stretch, your foot's off to the left. See if you can send your hips towards the right a little bit as well. Another breath here. And if you have your foot off to the left side, you can start to walk it back behind you. Slide your knee into your tabletop and then switch legs. Left leg can go back. Push the ball of the foot into the ground. Stay there, stretch the calf a little, or you could start to walk your foot behind you to the right. Maybe you end up off of your mat with your foot. Send the hips towards the left side this time. Push into your palms a touch. Take a breath. And then if you have your leg off to the right side, just slowly bring it back behind you. Slide your knee in, back into your tabletop. And then take another inhale to drop your belly. Lift your chest, maybe the chin, hold it here for a moment. Maybe turn your elbow creases to face forwards a little bit extra. Stay for an inhale, and then with the exhale, round the spine. Big squeeze through the tummy, push into your palms. Nice, you guys. Inhale, come back to a nice long spine. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees into downward facing dog. Push into your palms. Start to look to the toes. Maybe pedal the feet a few times. Maybe you'll even sway your hips a little bit, or if you want to be still, be still. But just take a nice deep breath in, deep breath out. Notice how you're feeling so far today. Maybe let your head and your chest get a little bit heavier. With the next inhale you take, start to look forwards to your hands, and then exhale, walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat, pausing in a forward fold so you can have your feet out as wide as you'd like. Bend your knees, let your arms dangle, maybe hold your elbows. If you want to add some movement, maybe a sway side to side or even forwards and back. Or of course, be still if you'd rather be still. Give your chin a little tuck towards your collarbone. Just feel the length through the back of the legs. Let your shoulders try to find your ears. Your arms are nice and heavy. Take another breath here, and if you are holding your elbows, let your hands fall back down towards the ground. Bend your knees even more, and then take an inhale and start to roll yourself up to standing, maybe like a rag doll, or you can come up however you would like. But maybe your chin stays tucked towards the collarbone as you make your way all the way up to the top. Once you get there, roll your shoulders back and down. You can adjust the stance or the width of the feet if you need to. Start to spread your fingers out wide, and with a big inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, fold forwards. Inhale into a half lift. Nice long spine. Exhale, folding forwards. Bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up. Maybe look up. Exhale, let your arms fall to your sides. Take a shoulder roll if you want one. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, reach up. Exhale, let the arms just fall to the side, shoulder roll if you want one. Big breath in as you reach up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands this time and step both of your feet back into your downward facing dog. Push into your hands. Send your hips nice and high. We're going to start to walk our feet together, and you can inhale your right foot up into the air any amount. It doesn't have to go very high, but it can also go really high. Up to you. Three-legged dog, if you want to bend your right knee and open it up a little. Maybe turn the belly button to the right side a touch. Maybe even look that way. Take another deep breath in with your right foot lifted. And as you exhale, place that foot down next to your left one. Switch sides. Inhale, lift your left foot any amount. Maybe bending the knee. Maybe looking to the left. Maybe not going quite that far. Just take another inhale. Exhale, bring your left foot down next to the right one, and then use an inhale to look forwards. Exhale, walk up to the top of your mat, inhaling into a half lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up, stay reaching up, and exhale. Another inhale, and then exhale to fold back down. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Let's plant our hands and take just the left foot back this time. Set up a lunge. If you want your knee to come down, it can. If you want to keep it lifted, you could do that too. But find your balance. Have your hands on the ground. If you want to twist, your left hand can stay on the mat. And then turn your chest to the right. Maybe your hand finds your knee. Maybe you reach up. Maybe you look up. Take a big twist. One more inhale here. And then with the exhale, start to come back down if you're twisting. If you have your back knee lifted, lower it down. Rest on the top of the back foot as well. Then we're going to heel toe that front foot, the right one, off to the side, the right side. Find your lizard. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Sink into your hips. And then if you want to twist again, bring your left hand to the edge of your mat and start to turn your chest back over towards the right. Maybe you'll reach out. Maybe you'll look up. Feel free to skip the twist as well. But just one more inhale if you are twisting. And then let the exhale bring you back so that your hands come under the shoulders and we can heel toe our foot back to the middle of our mat, back into our lunge. Or you might tuck your toes and pick your knee up, just an option. Take an inhale to look forwards a little bit though, and exhale, step or walk your back foot up to the top of your mat. Once you get there, inhale into a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Stay reaching up once you get there for breath. Exhale it out. Another deep breath in. And then an exhale to fold forwards. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Take your right foot back. Find your lunge. Sink into your hips a little. Drop your back knee now if you want to, or keep it lifted. Right hand can stay on the mat for the twist. Turn the chest to the left. Maybe a big reach up. Maybe your hand stays on your knee. But just one more inhale. With the exhale, bring you out of your twist. You can lower your back knee if it's up. Rest on the top of that back foot. Think about sinking into the hips a little bit more. Heel toe the foot off to the left. Knee kind of out to the side, your lizard. Hands under your shoulders. Take a breath here. Feel your hips. And if you want to twist, bring your right hand to the edge of your mat. Start to turn your chest to the left. Maybe a big reach up. One more inhale. Exhale to find your way back. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Heel toe your foot back to the middle. Set up your lunge. Maybe you'll tuck your toes and lift your knee up. Inhale to gaze forwards a little bit though, and then exhale. Bring your back foot up. Inhaling into a half lift. Exhale. Fold forwards. Inhale. Come all the way up. Reach up. Stay standing for that extra breath. Let the exhale out. Take another inhale. And then exhale, folding forwards again. Inhale, half lifts. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step both of your feet back into downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. With the next breath in, start to shift your weight forwards into a plank. If you want to lower to your knees, half plank. Lower to your knees. Take just another inhale. As you exhale, bend your elbows and start to lower down. Maybe your chest, maybe your chin. Maybe nice and flat in a strong plank. But inhale, slide onto your tummy into a low cobra. Lift the chest, roll your shoulders back and down. Give your elbows a little squeeze together. You could stay here. You could lift a little higher if you wanted to. Give your glutes a nice little squeeze. Hug your elbows into your sides. Try to roll the shoulders back and down. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to drop the chest slowly all the way back down. Take your hands, stack them on top of one another. Just relax your shoulders. Maybe even give your hips a gentle sway side to side. And then our left arm is going to start to come out to the side. So nice and straight in line with the shoulder. Let your palm face down. And then you can start to roll onto the left side if you want to. We're not going to stay here too long. Just a slow little roll over to the side. Nice little stretch through that left arm and shoulder. You did come onto your left side. Just let an inhale slowly bring you back over onto your tummy. Bring your left arm in. Start to send your right arm out. Palm down, arm nice and long and straight. And then if you want to roll a little onto your right side. This goes far. This feels good. Use your next inhale to find your way back onto your tummy. You can bring your hands back in. Maybe just stack them on top of one another again. Relax your shoulders. Maybe take a gentle sway of the hips. And then you can start to move your hands back by the shoulders. Press your palms into the ground. Find your cobra again. A low cobra, a high cobra. Whatever feels good. Push into the palms, take a little shoulder roll. Give your glutes a little bit of a squeeze. Can't talk today. Hug your elbows into your sides. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, let the chest come back down. Nice, you guys stay on your belly. Start to float your feet, your knees, maybe even the quads as you squeeze the glutes. Your hands can get a little lighter too, or they can stay down. You can also start to stretch your arms forwards in front of you, but keep looking down. Just lift your limbs. Squeeze your back, your glutes. Take another inhale. With the exhale, relax your body completely. Maybe stack your palms again. Maybe rest your forehead or your cheek, a gentle sway of the hips if you'd like. Awesome work, you guys. Bringing your hands under your shoulders again, except this time we're just going to push ourselves up into tabletop. So find your way onto your hands and knees. Once you get there, maybe a gentle sway of the hips side to side. Coming in for a puppy dog stretch so you can reach your arms out in front. Keep your hips high and just start to melt it down. A few moments here, so settle in. Find your breath. Give your body a chance to soften a little bit through the shoulders, through the forehead, through the jaw. One more breath here. And then let an inhale bring your chest, your forehead up. Bring your hands under your shoulders, back into your tabletop. Maybe a gentle sway of the hips. We're going to be extending our right leg back behind us. And then we'll be bringing it out to the right side this time. So send your leg out behind you and then out to the side, out to the right side. So maybe you can turn your toes to point forward just a touch more. See if you can get the entire sole of your foot connected to your mat. Maybe a nice ankle stretch. Then we can stay on our hands, or you could start to lower your chest, maybe onto your forearms. It's just an option to have your leg out to the side. It can be straight out behind you too. But just a moment here. Notice how if you do have your leg out to the side, how does your knee feel? You feel balanced, supported by pushing into that right foot a little bit. Maybe see if you can get your chest to come down a little more. Just one more breath here. And then use an inhale to lift back up. Find your hands again if you aren't already on them. If you've got your leg out to the side, sweep it back in. Come into your tabletop again, and then the left leg can start to go out and then off to the side too if you want it to. Maybe checking on the toes, the foot. Point those toes forward. Try to push the sole of your foot, that outer edge of the foot down. And a nice stretch through that leg. Stay on your hands or lower down a little bit, maybe onto the forearms. This side might feel a whole lot different than the other side. You can let your chest get a little lower. Nice job, you guys. If you are on your forearms or even lower than that, just let an inhale lift you back up onto your hands. Take that left leg, bring it in all the way into your tabletop. Once you get there, maybe a sway of the hips, a little shake. And then you can tuck your toes and lift your knees into downward facing dog. Push into your palms. Send your hips nice and high. With your next inhale, look forwards. Exhale, walk up to the top of your mat. Take an inhale for a half lift. Nice long spine. Exhale, folding forwards again. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Reach up. Exhale, lower your arms to your sides. Stay standing. Shoulder roll. We're going to bring our hands to our hips. You can also have your feet about hip width apart. Your hands can be on your hips or your low back. But you're just going to start to lift your chest, lift your chin a little bit. You could even take the hips and push them forwards a touch. Maybe even give the glutes a nice big squeeze. If your hands are on your low back, notice if your fingers are pointing down to the floor. If you're able to get them to point up, you could try that too. But a little lift of the chest, a little lift of the chin, a little squeeze of the elbows together. Take another inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then use another breath in to come back out of that back bend and bring your hands to your sides, shoulder roll. Again, if you want, you can move your feet closer together or keep them where they are. But a big inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your feet back into your downward dog. Just for a nice big inhale. With the exhale, lower your knees down to your mat, your tabletop. Find your puppy dog again. Not here as long this time, but just let your chest melt down. Maybe you're on your forehead, maybe you're on your chin. But slow down your breath. Feel that nice stretch through your arms and your shoulders. The next inhale you take, lift back up. Bring your hands under the shoulders again. Back into your tabletop. Take a sway of the hips if you'd like. We're going to be extending our right leg behind us, out to the side again, if you want it to go out to the side. Same thing as before, or we can add our puppy dog arms. So if your right leg and your right knee feels good out to the side, you feel supported by pushing into that foot, then you might be able to find some length through the arms, reaching them out in front and going for that melt of the chest down. Now that's just an option. You can stay on your forearms, your hands. Your right leg might even be back straight behind you, not out to the side. Enjoy a few breaths here wherever you've decided to go, because there are a number of options. If you do have your chest down, lower than your tabletop, let the next inhale you take lift you back up. Hands under the shoulders. If you've got your right leg out to the side, bring it back in and the knee down. Take a moment in your tabletop, a gentle sway of the hips if you'd like to shake it out a little first. And then the left leg. Switch sides, left leg back behind you or off to the side. So let that left leg, especially if it's off to the side, it's helping you balance, try to ground that foot down. Stay on your hands, maybe the forearms, or maybe you're going for that big reach forwards, that puppy dog stretch as well. And a few moments to breathe here. If you have your chest lower than your tabletop, at the next inhale you take, bring you back up. Hands under the shoulders and slide your leg back in and bring the knee down as well. Once you get into your tabletop, we're going to find child's pose. You might want your knees together. You might want them out wide. But just send your hips back and rest your forehead down. Maybe use your hands as a pillow. Maybe you want your arms to be by your sides. Give your shoulders a rest. Just taking a couple moments here just to observe. Observe any sensations flowing throughout your body. Softening through your shoulders, through your hips. Just feel your forehead press a little bit harder into whatever it's resting on. you are feeling ready to lift up again, bring your hands under the shoulders, lift your chest, scoot your knees back in if you brought them out wide. Come into your tabletop. Maybe a sway of the hips again. We're going to be lifting up, standing on our knees, but we'll be bringing our right foot forwards. So not a deep lunge for our hips. We're going to keep our chest lifted, but make sure you're balanced here. You might scoot your right foot off to the side a little bit. Your hands can come back to your hips like we did when we were standing. You can start to lift your chest. You can start to lift your chin. You can send your hips forwards. You might even give your glutes a nice squeeze. The hands could also find the low back. The hands, the fingers might point up. They might point down. But give your glutes a nice squeeze, just a little lift through the chest, a little lift through the chin. And if your elbows are kind of behind you, try to pull them together. Stay for a full breath. And inhale and exhale. And then let an inhale bring you forwards again. Your hands can come down as gracefully as you can. Bring your right knee back into your tabletop. Maybe a sway of the hips, but we'll be switching sides. So the left foot can start to come forwards, maybe off to the edge of the mat a little so you're balanced. Lift the chest, maybe hands to the hips, maybe just looking up, a little pull the shoulders back. This does not have to be a back bend at all, but it can be if you want it. Squeeze your glutes, hands to the hips or the low back, maybe pulling those shoulders back a little more. A lift of the chest, the chin, and then the elbows. Maybe they can pull together just slightly. Stay for your last breath, though. Inhale, exhale, and then let an inhale bring you forwards. You can exhale, bring your hands down. Last tabletop. On your hands, on your knees. Maybe a gentle sway of the hips. Awesome, you guys. Let's have a seat. You can bring your legs out in front. Sit on down. We can start by just bending our knees, maybe give your knees a little bit of a hug, maybe even a gentle rock side to side. Let's take a second, especially if you were going into a back bend there. We will eventually be bringing our left leg out long and our right foot can cross over top. You can keep your left leg out or you can bend that leg in. But we're going to be twisting. So hold on to your knee. Take an inhale to sit a little taller. As you exhale, you can start to turn the chest towards the right side. Give your knee a hug. If your right hand wants to come to the floor behind you, maybe push into the fingertips. The spine long and strong. And stay for just another breath. And let an inhale, turn your chest back so you're facing forwards. If you want to counter twist, you can keep turning the chest towards the left, a little or lots, but then slowly finding your way back so that you're facing forwards. Let's cross our legs the other way. So unwind them. Right leg can come out, left foot over top. Right leg can stay out long or you can bend it in. Hold your knee, take an inhale to bring length into the spine. The exhale, twist, turn the chest to the left, maybe just a little, maybe a little more. The left fingertips want to be on the floor behind you. Push into them a little bit. Nice long spine. Stay for just one more breath. And let an inhale, bring the chest forwards again. If you want your counter twist, you can keep turning. And then find your way back, facing forwards again. You can uncross the legs. Just give your knees another hug if you want to. Rock side to side if you'd like. And then let's find butterfly. Soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide. See if you can find a butterfly diamond shape with the legs where you feel like you're still able to sit nice and tall. Maybe your hands are on the floor behind you for support. Maybe your hands are on your knees. But find a long spine. Let your shoulders fall from your ears. Your eyes closed now. They're still open. And then just notice how your hips feel in this position. Notice how your core, your low back feels in this position. And you keep your spine nice and long, but also softening through other areas of the body. The legs, the arms, face. You can stay sitting nice and tall. You could take a tip forwards if it feels good to do so. Notice the change in the legs and the hips. Notice the change through the low back, up the spine. And we're folding forwards. Let an inhale bring you back up when you're ready. Find that nice long spine again. Close your eyes if they opened on you. Hands to the knees, maybe the floor behind you. Long through the spine, strong through the spine, but then relaxing through the legs, the arms, the face. Just another breath. And then you can start to bring your knees back together, maybe helping them get there. Give them a little hug, a little squeeze. And then we can roll onto our backs. We can lay all the way down. You might keep your feet down, or you might hug your knees towards your chest a little bit longer. Maybe even a couple rocks side to side here. Give the low back a massage. Now you can keep your feet on the ground. A few options here. You can keep your feet on the ground. You could come into a diamond shape with your legs. If you want to hug your knees towards your chest and lift the feet up, you can keep your legs bent. You can start to find some length through the legs, sending your feet up higher, legs up in the air. Maybe you'll hold your legs. Maybe you'll slide your hands under your low back. Maybe your arms are just somewhere else. But if you've got your feet lifted up into the air, relax your ankles. You could take a few ankle circles if you wanted, maybe a little wiggle of the toes. And just in case anybody wants to come into plow or maybe halfway. So plow, lifting the hips up. So you might push into your hands a little or hug your knees towards your chest a little more to get the hips to lift. Maybe this looks more like a recline forward fold. Maybe go all the way to plow with your feet touching the floor behind your head. You can have bent knees, you can have straight legs. Whatever feels good on your back, on your neck, shoulders. You did lift the hips into your plow. Stay a little longer if you'd like. But as you start to bring the hips back down, go very, very slow. Take your time. Connect your low back completely to your mat. You might take a very gentle rock of the knees, side to side. Eventually, the feet can come all the way down to the ground if they are still lifted. You are making that diamond shape with your legs. You might close the knees again. And then we'll just be coming into a twist from here. So if you want to reach your arms out wide, way down your shoulders, your knees can come to the left side. Maybe stacking them on top of one another. If you want to cross your legs, you could do that too. But once you are in your twist, let your eyes close again if they're still open. Notice your breath. Notice your belly moving with your breath. Stay on this side for another full breath in and out. And you can use a big inhale to help you lift your legs up. Come out of your twist. Maybe connecting the low back for a moment. You can also switch sides whenever you're ready for it. Knees tipping over towards the right. If you're crossing your legs, add that in. And just check in with your shoulders. You can keep them down, keep them level. Just enjoy a few moments here. Relaxing through the body, even though you're in a twist. Stay on this side for just another full breath. And then use a big inhale to help you lift your legs up. Connecting your low back down once again, maybe taking a few rocks side to side. If you want to pull the knees to the chest, you could do that too. If you want to go all the way into happy baby, you could also go there. Maybe rocking side to side wherever you happen to be. If you do have the feet lifted up in the air, you can start to bring them back down. Take your time. As your feet are grounded, one leg at a time, you can start to send your legs out long. Your feet out nice and wide. Maybe take a gentle rock of the hips. And placing your arms somewhere comfy as well. Settling right into your Shavasana for just a few short moments. Allowing your body to stay still. Taking a slower, deeper breath in and out. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes a little bit. Maybe rocking the hips again. And if your arms wanted to slide up above your head, you can take a big stretch. Just bending one leg at a time before you roll over to one side. And finding your way up and into a comfy seat. And you're ready to do so. Just letting your eyes close one last time. Maybe bring your hands together. Awesome practice, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, namaste.